Welcome to today's presentation where we'll be demonstrating AI use cases for TaxBuzz AI Copilot. My name is Abel Leon with CountingWorks Pro. I've held different roles with CountingWorks Pro over the years in customer success and technical support, and I'm pleased to introduce my colleague, Rebekah Barton.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rebekah. I'm the Chief Visibility Officer here at CountingWorks, and we are so excited to jump into this with you today.
All right, thanks, Rebekah. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And I'm going to start by just showing you around the TaxBuzz AI Copilot tool. As you can see, there's a input bar here where you can select a file, you can type a prompt, you can submit it here by clicking on this little paper airplane. You can click on a new chat. This will basically open up a new window here. Let's click on new chat, and here we have templates. So if you're not very good or familiar with writing prompts, these templates will help you to write those. And then we have just some standard prompts you can use to work with the AI tool. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with showing you how to upload a file. So I'm going to click on the paperclip here, and I'm going to click into this box and select a file. And I'm going to choose the sample tax return, and then click upload. All right, so next I'm going to show you how the different things you can do with this tax return now that it's been uploaded. So first we're going to start with extracting data. So I'm going to go ahead and request that an income summary from this tax return. I'll paste that in there and submit it.
And it usually takes under 1 minute for you to get results. So it's really quick. Just something to note that it does take a little time, but not too much.
Yeah, you can see that the information is already coming up now here. And you'll see it's pulled the wages, the federal withholding, FICA, Medicare tax, state withholding. So all the different income items on that tax return were successfully pulled and listed for you. All right, so we're going to move into the next thing you can do with this tax return. So we're going to have the AI check for errors. So I'm going to go ahead and select another prompt from my list here and see how it does. And you'll also notice that once I've uploaded a tax return, I can continue working with that same tax return. I don't have to resubmit it each time I want to try out a new prompt. All right, so let's see here. So based on the provided excerpts from the sample tax return, here are some potential errors or inconsistencies in the tax return. So Andrea Kirk is listed as a niece. Generally, nieces do not qualify as dependents unless specific conditions are met. So there's no additional information provided to confirm these conditions, but if you've done your due diligence, you'll already know whether or not Andrea qualifies as a dependent. Then there's some other things that are listed. So the nice thing is that it gives you reasons for what it's saying. It just doesn't just tell you that something is the way it is. It gives you an explanation for it. All right, so next we're going to move into tax optimization. We're going to see how we can optimize this tax return using AI. All right, so we're listing out potential missed deductions here. So it broke down the different categories of deductions that are on the tax return, and it lists them out with reasons. Again, it gives us a reason for why it's giving you the information it's giving you. So in this first section here, it says if the Kirks had significant medical and dental expenses, they could potentially deduct the amount that exceeds 7.5% of their AGI. It's important to ensure all qualified medical expenses are included. So it's just making sure, it's telling us to make sure that we have all the medical and dental expenses listed or included in the tax return. And then it just goes through the different categories of deductions. All right, so next we're going to go into one of the, let's see here, one of the next things we can do with this tax return using AI, and that is assess the risk of audit for this tax return based on current IRS guidelines.
And I think while it's processing this, one other thing to mention is you'll notice at the top that little orange button that says request assurance check. If you are doing any type of tax research or you just want to make sure that something is accurate, our TaxBuzz team, we do offer assurance checks from tax experts. So we have human verification, which is something that makes this a very unique tool, and something you might want to take advantage of, just in case anyone was wondering what that button is for.
Good point. Thanks for that, Rebecca. And let's see how we're doing down here. So it's done checking for the risk of audit based on current IRS guidelines, and let's see what it came up with here. Again, with the dependents, the tax return doesn't have additional information. It just wants to make sure that the niece is a dependent, and it could raise a red flag if certain conditions or things aren't outlined on the 8867. Want to make sure the Schedule A deductions, the deductions listed on the Schedule A include various amounts without specific categories or descriptions. Large or unusual deductions without proper documentation can attract IRS attention. So let's make sure we have explanations and reasons for all of our deductions. So it gives us a really good list of things to look for in order to avoid an audit. All right, next, let's see. We can do comparative analysis, but I'm going to skip that one because I don't have a second tax return in here to compare it with. We're going to go over to scenario analysis. So let's go ahead and have the system calculate tax liability under different income scenarios. Yeah, sometimes our clients may want or have a question on, hey, I'm probably going to make an extra $50,000 next year. How's that going to affect my tax outcome? So with this AI can provide different scenarios based on income. All right, so here's the scenario one: increase total income by $10,000, gives us a new total income, AGI, deductions assuming no change. And it goes through the tax brackets for married filing jointly. Credits are staying the same. So here it's going to give us the new refund based on the additional income. Scenario two, it's just, so right now the AI is making assumptions. If we were to give it a specific amount of income increase, it would give us it'll give us an answer more specific to that client.
Yeah, the more information you give the AI, the better the output is going to be. I think that's something we want to touch on for sure, is that we're going to give you a lot of use cases that are maybe a bit more generic just to show you what the system can do. But if you have a specific client, you can provide as much information as you want to get a more detailed response.
Perfect. All right, so I'm just going to do one more on the tax return. So we're going to go ahead and ask the AI to draft a summary report of the tax return for the client. So this is just it can help us communicate with our clients quickly and effectively. Let's see here. So here it's going to list out the income, the deductions, taxable income. And in the conclusion, it's just going to let us know that the tax return appears to be generally well prepared. Attention should be given to the dependent claim for Andrea. Completion of Form 8867. And it wants us to ensure all information is complete, well documented, and in order to help mitigate the risk of audit and ensure compliance with IRS guidelines. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and quickly go through a couple more prompts. I'm going to demo some prompts with the financial statement. So I'm going to go ahead and start a new chat here. And we're going to upload a financial statement. So again, with these documents, whether it's a tax return or a financial statement, we can have it do data extraction. I'm going to skip that one. We've already shown you how the AI can extract data from a tax return. It can also perform calculations for you. So we're going to ask it to calculate some liquidity ratios based on the latest financial statements. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, so you'll see it gives us the calculation, gives us dates, and then it gives us the ratios. Next, we're going to have the AI do a trend analysis. So we're going to have the AI identify trends in revenue, expenses, and net income.
And while it's thinking on this one, you'll notice that as it's processing, it says it's searching our entire knowledge base. And as it does that, it's searching very up-to-date data on the tax code. So I think that's something else to hit on with this tool in comparison to others that are available. We are training it literally daily on updates to the tax code, updates to IRS regulations, things like that. So you can really trust the data to be accurate and to be as up-to-date as possible.
All right, great point there. And here comes the trends. So it gives us the 3 months ending September 30th. So it's pulling the dates, the time period, it's giving us observations. So there's a slight decrease in net sales for the 3-month period and the 12-month period when comparing to 2023 to 2022. We have trends in expenses. Total cost of sales is decreased in both the 3-month and 12-month periods. Income trends. And then it gives us a summary at the end. So the trends suggest that while Apple has managed to reduce its cost of sales, the increase in operating expenses and a slight decline in revenue have impacted its net income over the 12-month period. However, the company has shown improvement in net income in the most recent 3-month period. So things were pretty steady and then they improved. And you'll see it's referencing the document that, so it's telling you what document it sourced for the data before it made its recommendations and listed all that, all those figures. All right, so let's see here. So we're going to have it do a cash flow analysis next. We're going to have it break down the cash flow from operating activities and financing activities. And then I'll turn this over to Rebekah to demonstrate some prompts she prepared. All right, so here's a breakdown of the cash flow. You're doing okay with, let's see, $96,995 million in income. So not too bad. Let's go down here. You have our summary. And the figures provide a comprehensive view of Apple's cash flow activities, highlighting the company's operational efficiency, investment strategies, and financing decisions over the past or over the 2 periods. And then if anyone wants a copy of some of these prompts that I'm putting in here, I can send those over to you. Just let me know. You can email me at help@countingworkspro.com. And with that being said, Rebekah, I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to you.
Perfect. All right. So I'm going to start sharing my screen here. And I have prepared some marketing related prompts that we can go through today. So I think this is a really important thing for a lot of our clients here at CountingWorks. I work with a lot of you who are struggling with a marketing plan, who are struggling to come up with, ways to grow your firm online because digital marketing can be a challenge. So AI is a really great way to help you kind of get the lay of the land, whether in a high level understanding marketing as a whole, or honing in on more individual scenarios. So I'm going to go through a few prompts about both things today. So the first one I've prepared is, hi, I'm looking to create a full marketing plan for my tax firm. This is a very basic prompt. It's going to give you a very high level marketing plan that just kind of tells you ways to get started. So defining your goals and objectives in the short term and the long term, identifying your audience. These are very basic things, but sometimes they're things that can be really challenging, and just seeing things laid out for you can help you go through step by step and start building your presence. So you'll see something like this, build an online presence. We're here to help you with a lot of this. So it's also a great way to see kind of where you can outsource what you need to do yourself, and just get yourself in the right headspace to begin creating a marketing plan that's going to help you over, 1 month, 3 to 4 months, all the way up to the next year. And again, as Abel mentioned, there are some references here that you can click on and kind of see more information, see where some of this data was pulled from. Here I have a prompt that is a bit more detailed. I run a tax and accounting firm specializing in helping small business owners with under $1 million in annual revenue. Can you create a content calendar for me for 1 month? So it's going to spit out a content calendar that lists blog posts, social media posts, and email newsletter options. So this is kind of a comprehensive look at content. If you wanted to break these down further, and get actual literal captions or things like that, you could go even deeper, and you could say something like, once you get to the bottom here, you could say something like, that sounds great. Can you please specify some Facebook posts for my tax firm, including both captions and image options? And as we go down here, it's going to give us some ideas. So as you're creating your content plan, you can get that high level plan, then you can break it down and you can create your own document or keep everything here in your archive on the side here so that you can reference this as you're posting. So this is suggesting on Tuesdays, do a tax tip, and it's giving you an idea for an image that you can use. You can take those photos yourself, or you can use something like Pexels or Unsplash to download free images that can be used commercially, which is a great way to sort of up the ante with the curation of your Facebook, Instagram, and other social media pages. So you'll see here, we just have several suggestions for different things you can post, a behind the scenes photo, a poll to really build engagement. So this is kind of a great comprehensive look at what you might want to post on your Facebook over the course of, say, a month. It gives you 12 different posts, so you can post every couple of days. And then another thing I wanted to run through is how this can help you actually work with clients. So we could say something to the effect of, hi, I'm working with a new client who owns a dairy farm. Can you please create a tax and accounting engagement letter related to this industry and year-round tax planning services? So it's going to just think here for a minute. And then once it spits this out, it's important to note that these are templates. Obviously, you can adjust, you can input your firm's name, the client name, all of that personal information. But this is going to give you an engagement letter that is largely ready to go with maybe just a few tweaks. This is one of the best ways to use AI, particularly our TaxBuzz AI Copilot. It is going to help you create things that would take you hours to put together in literally just a couple of minutes. And you'll have an engagement letter ready to go even by the time you tweak it in 15 to 20 minutes, as opposed to, 2 to 3 hours. So it can cut down on your workload significantly. And again, these references are here. So if you need to reference anything, need to do any tax research, all of this information is right here. You can also use it to create email blasts for your clients. And CountingWorks has a very easy campaign structure where you can input custom campaigns. So let's say you're offering new virtual CFO services. You could say, hi, I've recently started offering virtual CFO services to my tax and accounting clients. Can you create an engaging email announcing these service packages and help my clients understand their value. And again, you can put in more detailed information if you had your own pricing or things of that nature, but this is going to give you an idea of just how quickly the AI can come up with a really great email announcing your virtual CFO packages. And again, you could just make any of those tweaks that you needed to make. It's suggesting, $500, $1,000, and $2,000 a month based on the package. But this is such a good way to just create any kind of communication really with your clients. And you can create, like I noted, a full marketing plan. You can create those individual emails, individual engagement letters. AI is changing the way that tax and accounting firms engage with their clients because it's allowing you to stay top of mind throughout the year. It's allowing you to do more faster and offer higher level services. So I think I speak for both Abel and I when I say that we were really excited to show you all that our system can do today. And we are definitely around always if anyone wants to discuss AI further or has any specific questions. And we're really excited about the future of this product. And we look forward to chatting with all of you later.
All right. Thanks, Rebekah. Bye.
Bye.